Hey everyone, this is none other than GGFan. Yes, this is the one and only GGFan, the enigma, the mythical figure himself who has been banned from Smogon for over 20 years now. My ban goes all the way back to, I'd say, January of 2005. I was banned the moment I stepped foot onto Smogon forums because of the infamous GameFAQs wars that lasted for over 2 years and left a trail of destruction in which thousands of accounts perished, my own mostly. I'm the same GGFan who owned The Alternative, a small forum that specialized in competitive red, blue, and yellow. I'm the same GGFan who won the 2007 Meisterschaft. I'm the same GGFan who won the 2008 Triple Crown, the same GGFan who set the first world record speedrun of Pokemon Blue. I'm the same GGFan who played in the Pokemon Perfect Circuit for a number of years. And I'm the same GGFan who got banned from Smogon again for quote-unquote being racist. I will talk about my second ban in a separate video. When the time comes, I will address it. But for this first video, I'd like to focus on this. Now, obviously, given my notoriety in the Pokemon world, given how long I've been around, I've been in the online Pokemon world for almost a quarter of a century now. I started playing in tournaments 23 years ago, so there are so many things I could have chosen to talk about. I'd like to focus on this Smogon's noteworthy banned users list, because it's quite the interesting topic, right? All of these people did horrible things. Is that really the case? Now, I'm not here to undermine the necessity of such a list. Many of these people should be on it. Not only that, but what they did should be publicized. I don't agree with the mentality that it should be swept under the rug. A lot of these people did awful, awful things. What I'm here to do is highlight some of the people who should not be on it. What they did was either blown way out of proportion or they didn't do anything at all. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Today, I'd like to focus on the Greek tour players, namely Ace, Rudolph, and CBU. They have been on this list for years. If you talk to a circle of certain people, they will tell you that they're hideous monsters, that they're bigots, they're transphobes. I know that's not true. It's quite the story, really. I think a lot of people don't know the real story, so let's begin. Okay, the permaban user list is here. We've all been waiting with bated breath. Here we go. So Ace11, you'll see Ace11 right at the top. Bigotry and hate speech in an official team tournament Discord. Now, Ace has been a part of Team Greece for 10 years now. 10 years ago, he arrived on the scene as an up-and-comer with a lot of potential. At the time, Lasen was the captain of, Rygus was the captain of Team Greece. Rygus saw Ace's talent, his potential, and wanted him on the team. Lasen, however, another Greek player, did not want Ace there because Ace had some kind of beef. There was some kind of internal conflict with one of Lasen's friends. So Lasen threatened to abandon the team if Ace were a part of it. Ultimately, Ace joined the team and Lasen left. Lasen would go on to become a known figure on Smogon forums. He would mostly just post, gain some connections, make some friends. He didn't really play. When he did, his results were never very good. 5 years later, now we're in 2020, Ace was appointed captain of Team Greece. Lasen tried to rejoin the team. He wanted back in, but Rudolph refused to take him back. Rudolph 13, that is, Rudolph refused to take him back because, quite frankly, Lasen was not good enough. Outraged, Lasen was determined to have Ace and Rudolph ostracized, along with another player. By this point, Lasen had gained some influence due to how frequently he posted on Smogon, and he had established some valuable connections, particularly with Smogon's LGBT circle jerk, as it is commonly referred to. Am I condoning this usage? It's just the way it is. It is known as the LGBT circle jerk. Many prominent people in positions of power identify as LGBT on Smogon. So Lasen had some connections. Lasen was determined to have his teammates ostracized. Now, about a week before Ace and Rudolph were banned, I'll show you here. About a week before Ace and Rudolph were banned, CBU was banned. So CBU was banned. I'm sorry, I took notes because this is quite the story. Ace and Rudolph were banned. CBU was banned. Now, Ace and Rudolph believe that CBU was banned because he was in a private Discord where players participated in ghosting. However, CBU insists that he did not partake in the ghosting himself. Now, according to Smogon, however, CBU got banned for bigotry in a side Discord. Now, whenever you see this, bigotry, doxing, harassment in a side Discord, Smogon is referring specifically to perhaps the most infamous Pokemon Discord in history. I won't say its real name here. I'll just call it the N Gang. So CBU was in the N Gang, along with many other Smogon staff, prominent tour players. Everybody was here. This was the Super Bowl of Pokemon Discords. I was not in it, however. I wasn't there. Everybody but me. In fact, the only reason I learned about the N Gang was because years after I had been banned from Smogon the second time at the end of 2018, someone said, hey, I don't know why GGFan is banned when ABR and Finchinator are in the N Gang. ABR was there, Finchinator was there, Empo was there. A lot of prominent people on Smogon were in this server. Many of them were banned. From what I've been told, from what I've learned, hundreds of accounts were banned for being in the server. However, many people got off unscathed. Nothing happened to ABR, nothing happened to Finchinator, nothing happened to Empo, and so on and so on. However, CBU got banned. CBU did not utter a peep in the server. Now, I also have some of the leak of the N Gang in my possession. I don't have the whole leak, but CBU wasn't there, from what I've seen. ABR was certainly there. CBU was not. So CBU got banned just for being in the server, along with many other people. Now, it's been well known that Smogon's LGBT jerk never liked the Greek players. Personally, I find that they just wanted an excuse to get rid of him, along with many other people. Here's their reason. He was in this server where people were engaging in malicious behavior. There was doxing, there was rampant transphobia. Because CBU was there, he must have been participating. So CBU was banned about a week before Ace and Rudolph were. Naturally, Ace and Rudolph were furious, not just because CBU was one of their best players, but also because nobody, not even CBU himself, have any idea why he was banned. To this day, CBU wants to appeal, but he can't because he has no idea what to say. Next, Lasen leaked a chat in which Rudolph and Ace may have made a derogatory remark about someone named Alice. Now, Alice was later banned themselves for not only being an abrasive, outright mentally unstable individual from what I've seen, but allegedly, according to some people, Alice got banned for racism or pedophilia, which unfortunately is kind of the norm on Smogon forums amongst these kinds of people. I'm not saying it's true, it's just from what I've been told. Now, Ace can't recall what exactly he said. All he can remember was saying that Alice had more chest hair than he did. That's it. I mean, it's a juvenile remark. I don't think it makes him a monster. I don't think Ace 13 and Rudolph 13, I'll show you Rudolph's name here. Ace 13, Rudolph 13, CBU. I don't think they should be placed in the same category as, say, Disaster Area, who did very repulsive things that I wish I had been privy to all those years ago. It doesn't make them as bad as Goddess Briella Slutmancer, who was a genuinely horrifying individual. Doesn't make them as bad as Katie, who was begging for money on Twitter, unicorns, seducing minors. No, absolutely not. And the thing is, they honestly don't remember what was said. They may have said nothing. The logs may have been faked. They may have been doctored. So Ace is gone. CBU is gone. Well, let me go back to the story. So Lasen leaked the chat, like I said, in which Rudolph and Ace may have made a derogatory remark against trans people. Now, one important thing to know is that Lasen doxed Ace 11, in addition to possibly doctoring fake logs that depicted Ace and Rudolph as transphobes and bigots. And Lasen did a horrible thing. And I've talked to other people who knew Lasen, and from what I've learned, he's a very deranged individual. According to one person, not Ace or Rudolph, another person, not even a Greek, just somebody who has been around Lasen. Lasen is a loser who spends his entire day on Discord and Smogon forums where he flirts with trans people. He promises to visit them and have sex with them. Again, this is not Ace or Rudolph saying this. This is just other people know the kinds of things that Lasen does in his free time. And apparently he has too much of it. However, because Lasen is a moderator. He's a moderator, he's got his shiny badges, a plethora of shiny badges to go along his profile name. He's an angel who kisses puppies and loves life. He can do no wrong. Oh, he's a moderator on Smogon. He must be good. We'll take what he says as gospel. And on that note, what bothers me about this list is how many of the Smodrone sheep will take this as gospel. Oh, well, Smogon is saying that Ace 11 is a bigot. He's transphobic. Smogon is saying that CBU partook in this side Discord where people were espousing transphobic rhetoric and bigotry and racism and doxing. Oh, Rudolph, I always respected him. No, he's a monster. Because Smogon says he's a monster. Smogon says he's a bigot. And, you know, I've been around. I've seen things that this small circle of mentally deranged, mentally unstable individuals say about Rudolph. Now, many people, I say small because many people know that this was bullshit. That Ace and Rudolph didn't do anything. CBU especially didn't do anything. But they're banned for life. They've been banned for life. and Team Greece has never been the same. A lot of players abandoned the team out of solidarity to their friends. A couple of them are still around to this day. Because Lasen is an invaluable ally of Smogon's LGBT jerk, he was able to have Ace and Rudolph ostracized. Not only from the team, but from Smogon forums entirely. And the Greeks have always been passionate about the World Cup. The World Cup tournament. They take it seriously, not just on Smogon, but they've always taken it seriously on Pokemon Perfect, on Pokemon Online when it was around. They love the World Cup. They get they get together, they do a lot of voice chats, and they can't do something they enjoy because of one awful individual. Well, not just one, a few. So I think this is a tragic story that needed to be told. And hopefully one day justice will prevail. I don't think it will. From what I've seen, things have only gotten worse. That's the trajectory we're going into. That's it for now. I've talked about the Greeks. Next time, I'll talk about a couple of other people on this list. I hope you found this video insightful. Have a good day.